Welcome everyone back to Yield Table as Crit Eating Grin plays Curse of Strahd. It's a 5th edition D&D campaign from Wizards of the Coast. Joining me on this glorious day are the players that'll cast their die, who almost died, maybe, in their quest to save the land of Barovia. They're still decompressing the loss of Bismarck the Greater. I am Eric, your Grand Maestro for today's game. Let's dive into our show. So, you find yourselves contemplating what to do, what happened. Everyone a little beat up, a little worse for wear.
Not really, actually. I never took any damage.
Okay. What does everyone want to do as you are only at the Bone Grinder? Now your escort driver is no longer in charge of Ruffles and Ridges as he has vanished into the ether.
I was headed to the pastry cart.
Yes, correct. So you make it to the pastry cart. As you get to the pastry cart, you can see that there are some half-eaten pastries. Some of the pastries have rotten. There's a couple ravens that are on top that were pecking at some of the pastries, not to eat, but it almost looked like they were trying to destroy or knock them off. When you get close enough, they fly off.
Okay. I'm gonna investigate the pastry cart to see if there are any names written inside of it, any runic designs, any enchantments, anything like that.
Okay, go ahead and throw an investigation.
That is a 9 plus 15. And if it is, I would like to say, if I cannot find it, I would like to add a Cybolster knack to that, if it is a failure.
You're pretty sure that there is nothing written as far as a name would indicate. You do see that there are some type of rituals that are put on the wagon to preserve the pastries, and something that would allow it to kind of transport itself, being the wagon, like it would be able to like teleport essentially.
Cool. I'll take a pause here, but I want to take the cart back to the wagon because I want to keep this cart because that sounds awesome. It's like a refrigerator on wheels.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna go to my disguise kit box and I'm gonna get some components out.
So as you begin to wheel and you get about, or you start going around the corner, and you start moving towards ridges, that is when you feel this tinge of magic. The ground below you kind of like glows for a second, gone. What does everybody else want to do?
What's gone?
The horse?
You're not there.
Ben, nobody sees, but he's...
Ben is gone? Oh, I would, because I'm at the window.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Do I see him poof?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You do. You watch this tiny little ruin, or this ruin glow, and it's gone.
Do I still have a connection?
How far does the connection go?
I'm looking that up right now.
Welcome to my hellscape, people.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just sitting there like, is it like 5?
Oh, and he's gone now.
Poof.
Sorry, keep going. I'll find this answer here in a second. I don't know why it's not easier to find.
I want to look at the piece of paper. I meant to do that before I started.
It's a recipe. You can investigate it if you'd like.
As long as we are within 1 mile of each other, we can speak telepathically.
You can no longer communicate. You can no longer feel like the little tiny bug will fall out and die. It looks like a recipe. It's written. Some of it is written in common. Some of it is written in, you're pretty sure, Sylvan, based off your traveling companions.
It doesn't look like any names.
No, it looks like a very unique recipe that would make unique types of flour to bake insides of pastries. This is the meat pipe recipe.
Does the bug really like fall out?
Yeah, literally, and it curls up and dies.
It's useless.
At this point, I assume Niley knows what's going on.
I don't know. You told me, Niley.
Damn.
Oh, Niley, by the way.
I still
have
I'm also in the black, or in the, I have no idea. I still haven't made it down, or outside, or whatever.
We got all the kids into the tiny hut, but I don't know if you stayed with them.
I kind of started making my way downstairs, but I don't know if I know that people are missing yet.
I would say at this point, Irina is going to leave because she just found out from Rhodes that nobody knows that Rhodes told her. She's going to run downstairs, panic-stricken. And she's like, his mark. And she starts like looking frantically. Like there's a genuine concern and care for this half-brother or stepbrother.
Yeah. Now I'm going to look at you and be like, where's the hag? Where's his mark?
She's gonna say they both poofed.
Poofed.
Like, she's gonna gesture to, like, the spot that they were at. Like, they both poofed. Like,
if Niley was standing there, she would immediately, like, move just to be like, ugh.
Irina's like, where's Nymora? She was supposed to protect him.
I'm gonna start walking out to where I can see Ben.
Nymora! Nymora! And she's looking for Nymora.
Well,
so after dumbfoundedly looking out the window for a couple seconds, I'm just gonna casually stroll down the stairs, and I'll be like, "Hi, Irina.
You were supposed to protect him."
It was literally like the next second he poofed. I wasn't even down the stairs yet. Also, quick question: can Ben teleport? Is he known for that?
Ben can do a lot of things, but I don't think he can teleport.
Okay. Question for the DM. The rune or whatever magic sigil that was underneath him, would I recognize that at all as like a hag or an infernal or a blah 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 or...
Give me an arcana.
7. Magic.
It was magic.
Yep.
So magic.
Happened outside.
And did the cart disappear as well? Or
Yes, him and the cart.
Okay.
He was pulling the cart to take it to Ridges, your actual wagon, and when he got to a certain point, you saw the
I'm like
glow,
right behind you, Celeste.
and then just gone.
So yeah,
I don't know where I am, but found it. Okay, there.
So I'll say, be back in just one moment. I'll just continue to kind of just like
I'll go counter you.
In a little bit of a quick
Like,
step,
walk
go
this
down
way,
the stairs
I'll
and
go
out
that
to where I had seen them last, and
Sure.
just do a nice little like patting the ground.
Feels like
looking
earth,
around.
grass.
Huh.
While she does this, what is everybody else doing?
I'd walked out to go yell at Ben because his bug stopped working inconveniently.
So you're screaming, Ben!
As I'm walking towards the stones, because I know he went that way.
Okay.
So you'll see me on the ground, like,
Yep. Patton.
Just lost an earring.
Ben? No, we lost Ben.
Lost Ben.
And the pastry cart.
Where?
You know how actually, did they poof, or was it like
You literally saw him just... Like he was there and then gone.
like a teleportation circle, or if it was just like a poof.
It was a quick flash. Just...
Okay. He was wheeling the pastry cart, and then just poof. There was like a little rune shape underneath him. Could I like maybe do a hazardous sketch of what it kind of looked like?
She starts walking around, kind of showing roughly. It looks like she's going crazy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you track him? Don't you like track hags or hunt hags?
No, I try to avoid them at all costs. They're horrible, awful beings that ruin my life.
That tracks.
But no, I had the tracking spell on the one, but when they poofed into the tower, it dropped that magic on them because of whatever the ward was.
At this point, Irina is very distraught as she was sobbing for her brother. Go ahead, but, Rose.
Not for Ben? She's not crying for Ben, too? Ridiculous. Preposterous. I don't believe it.
I feel Ben's
I am
outraged
standing
from a
with detect
different
magic,
dimension.
starting at the top floor and going to the bottom.
Okay. The detect magic on the inside, nothing. I would say you did have it active. I would say there was a twinge of magic when this all transpired that you would have felt, like when it tripped or activated, you're like, oh, felt it. So you would be kind of gravitating towards where everybody is patting the earth and making crazy stuff.
Okay, yeah.
There's a little stick drawing of...
I'd be feeling
Might
around
be
the
a
wall,
room.
maybe?
Is there any aura left from
The detect magic would have told you the type of magic that you would have felt. I'm pretty sure it's like, I think it's transmutation, but I'm gonna double check.
I don't think we're the smartest bunch.
So I'm gonna say to you guys,
Definitely
so you had seen this cart before.
Conjuration magic happens. You got it.
Was the cart ever known for poofing before?
No. The cart inside, is it destroyed?
It was overturned, it's damaged, but it's...
I'd like to reenact what They already told
Oh,
us.
maybe.
Like, taking it outside and rolling it over the spot.
You do multiple directions and multiple ways and nothing happens.
Whew, I was tense that entire time.
Just
She's
melt
not
the
the
line.
smartest. Yeah, I'm just literally not the smartest of the bunch, but
Filova, what do you want to do? Most of the children are at rest or at ease inside the
Yeah, I would have made my way down to the first level, like, kind of not necessarily fast, but making a beeline for where I would hope Ben is, to be like, is Mark what? You know, like, just to try and, like, be like, you can help us, right? And then I find out he's gone, so then I'm gonna be like, I could probably call him if we rested for 8 hours. I could call him on whatever plane of existence they're on.
That might actually be
yeah.
the next course of
'Cause-
action.
I don't, like, other than that, I don't know.
Our horse is still Avram, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to the horse.
Sure. Ben,
Do we leave?
Yes.
yeah, once you guys leave, let's do that. That way you're completely surprised by where he or what he's doing.
I would just
no.
Sure.
Lose it.
Okay. So, you look around your surroundings and you find yourself in the street.
In
It
in
looks
a
like
street?
Barovia.
Like
It
the
looks like
village
Barovia.
of.
Yeah, like a small side street that kind of dead ends into nothing.
All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna shake the cart back and forth, just very quickly, to see if it
Yep.
like reactivates anything or.
Nope. Nope.
Fuck. I'm gonna overturn it and like dump all of the contents out of it onto the street.
They'll
and,
spill out onto the cobble.
And I'm going to just start going through to see if there's any activation runes. If it looks like anything is like dying in its glow. If there's any.
Yeah, you would clearly be able to find kind of the sigil that is kind of fading away. It would have been like on the underside of the wagon as you kind of overturn it on the underside of the wagon. There's kind of
I could see it fading
Yeah.
away. Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can recognize
Sure.
the spell and or
Fair.
if it is a single charge a day thing or
Sure.
if it's like an activation thing? Nah, it's not any good. I will 100% use high bolster. Oh, I don't have proficiency in Arcana. 13.
I would say that you know that you'll be able to see that the sigil fades. It's very faint. Like now that you know or you've seen it, you know where to look and you can see it. So you're assuming that it still has some sort of ability.
Okay. Is there like a tarp or anything nearby?
There's some old buildings nearby that some of them look dilapidated and boarded up.
Okay. Because what I want to do is I kind of want to hide the cart, like because
Sure.
I need to like actually figure out where the fuck I am.
There's some small kind of like half collapsed like sheds or side streets or alleyways that you could stash this and make it blend in as like
junk
refuse or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do, and I would like to stealth it or sleight of hand it or hide it in some way, so it's like never gonna draw attention. Which would you prefer, sleight of hand or stealth?
Stealth.
Okay, 19, and if it's a failure, I will add Cybolstered Knack.
19's good. 19's
Okay.
pretty good. You're pretty confident.
Okay, and now I kind of want to pad out onto the streets, and I'm going to disguise self, using my final spell list as a common Barovian.
Sure.
Is what I want to look like, assuming that that's where I am.
Yeah.
Anything happening in the streets? Anybody out? Because it was pretty like dead last time we were here. Has the city changed at all since what we have done?
The city has not changed. It's foggier or mistier than it was, and probably about 60 feet directly in front of you, you see two small-sized silhouettes. Like they're medium-sized kind of humanoids, but they're on the smaller side of a medium. That makes sense. One seems to be taller. The other one is a little bit smaller than the one. Probably about the size of a child or children.
Okay. And are we talking about Are we talking about? Are they shambling like the zombies that attacked me the first time?
No, they're just kind of standing there. They're just kind of, they're not in the center of the street. They're off to kind of, if you were facing the left side of the street, like, you know, two couple children that would have made their way out of a homestead are kind of standing there watching and observing.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to them, kind of make my way towards them and be like, hello there. My name's Duncan. I'm a little bit lost. Do you think you guys could help me?
As you get and finish that, you notice that there's a very soft whimper from the smaller, now you can see that they're children. One of them probably about 12 to 13 in age, a girl. And one I'm probably about 5 or 6, kind of holding kind of a half-torn with stuffing, kind of holding out teddy bear. And then you're assuming the older sibling, the sister, is holding the hand of the smaller little boys. And she's going to look towards the little boy as she kind of tries to shush him from whimpering and crying. And she says, "Can you help us?"
Oh, I think I might be able to help you if you can at least tell me where I am. I might be able to, offer some help.
There is a monster in our house. And she turns and points to the nearest house, which looks to be about a 3-story, very Victorian, good-looking house. Different or bigger than most of the buildings you've seen while you had your short stint in Barovia.
Oh, children, this is, I've encountered a few monsters here. I would be more than happy to oblige, if you give me a little more details than that. You see, I'm trying to get back to my friends as well. Are your parents inside?
She says, "We don't know where they are, but the last we seen them, they were inside."
Oh.
We fear that the monster may have gotten them. The monster's in the house, is what she says. Yeah.
I'm going to kind of look back at the cart, like where I came from at the cart for a second, and make the decision. Oh, God. Children, are we in Barovia? Not the country, but the village.
The boy who kind of wipes the tears with his teddy bear's arm kind of nods and says, "Mm-hmm."
All right. Well, let's go inside and see if we can find your parents. They might be able to help us.
Yep. And the two of them will begin to lead you towards the front stoop of the house.
Okay.
You're going to go through a wrought iron gate leading into kind of a small little walkway or a stone path that leads to a stone portico that's on the front. Then you're going to get up to the front door. You notice one thing, that the building's facade is mostly like brick. The windows are very dark and kind of very dark, opaque, so it's hard to see through them. The house looks as if it's a house of wealth or standing.
Okay. Am I picking up any, oh man. Am I picking up anything odd about the house? Because it's kind of weird that there's a nice house in Barovia that seems intact. Is there anything about it that feels
So it stands out. It stands out as far as like the district or the street that it's on. Most of the buildings seem to be like vacant. There's a few buildings that had, like when you get close, they had some sort of light, and the light kind of fades as if somebody turned down lantern light or something to be obscure or oblivious. It looks very strange and out of place, but that's about all you can tell.
I'm gonna get down on my knees to kind of get eye level with the kids, and go, now, I told you my name is Duncan. I don't typically work with strangers, so what's your name?
The girl says, my name is Rose, and this is my brother Thorn.
Oh, those are lovely names, children.
Can you help my parents? Is what the little boy says.
I think so. I may need a few more details about this monster you've been seeing or hearing.
They tell you that it's inside the house. They've never seen it. That their parents would keep them kind of in their rooms, if you will, to keep them from being harmed. And that's about all they know. They don't know what it is. They just know it's loud. It makes scary noises.
So you said you were kept in your room. Now, Rose, Thorn, how did you get out?
She, being Rose, is going to say, we heard a lot of commotions and our door was opened. But when we came out to see what was going on, expecting to see our parents, there was no one in the house. We began to search for them, but the house shuddered and the monster roared. And we fled for help outside in the street. And that's when you came along, is what she says.
All right. I'm so fucking torn. All right, children. You see, I'm also trying to get a friend of mine back. Ismark, you might know him. Are you familiar?
They both will acknowledge that they know him, and the little boy says, Ismark the Lesser, I know him.
Oh, the Greater. The Greater. He's been promoted, since his papa passed away. Have you seen him at all coming through here? Perhaps with an older lady?
They both look confused and shake their head no.
All right. All right. I'll go take a quick peek inside the house. You two stay here on the porch. I don't want you to get too scared inside. Anything I should be aware of inside the house?
They look and tell you to bring their parents back. Be safe.
All right. All right. And for Rose, and I'll pull out one of the small kind of silken flowers that I, just produce willy-nilly. And I go, now this will keep you protected. Stay here with your brother, and I'll just go take a quick peek inside.
Sure. Okay.
And I'm gonna go through the door.
Sure. You go into the door, and immediately you're hit with kind of the sense of the woodworking, the paint structure is very old, but it has like I said, a sense of nobility or a sense of wealth or standing. There is almost like a little hallway that goes from the front door that leads into kind of the main of the house. The doorway has some stained glass, and the stained glass has a depiction on it. And you can definitely hear that there's something deeper into the house that intrigues you. You can definitely see whatever that noise is, which is a little indecipherable at this point, is definitely something that would be a monstrous sound that would spook some children.
Okay. Upstairs, downstairs, just in the house.
It kind of reverberates through the whole house.
Well, and I'm going to slip back sort of out of Duncan, and I'm going to go full, and I don't hear any other noise in the house.
No, it's kind of oddly silent currently.
Okay. I'm going to wring my hands together, and I'm going to drop into the Fae, the Fae features that I have.
Yep.
And kind of relax that spell, and kind of look around and be like, all right, Nebuchadnezzar, let's see what we can find. And I'm going to go further into the house.
So as you take a couple steps further, you look back to see the girl goes like this, and the door goes closes. The lights, or the ambient light from outside, like all the windows, goes dark.
I go and try the door that just closed.
It is locked. It's tighter than an average lock can lock it. You pull and you pry and you try different tricks. If you try to use a lockpick to jam or do whatever, it's almost as if the door shifts to a void and you feel stuck.
The house is alive.
Is it?
All right.
We're going to cut away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
No.
Oh, that's mine. Thanks.
What are we doing, people? So we're investigating, trying to figure out what happened, what's going on.
I feel like our
I'm gonna
best option
Ben's gone forever. And go to the
to let Fialova rest for 8 hours, weirdly enough, to put an hour limit on it, and then try to contact him and work in shifts with other people to just see if they come back or...
I want to ask you, because you and Ben were down at the monoliths in the beginning.
Yeah.
I want to ask
Megaliths.
you... Yes.
Megaliths.
If there was anything down there, like, is there anything down there? Because he was down there, and then he disappeared. Is there anything down there tied
I could...
to that?
He didn't point anything out. We were just kind of looking. I think Ben told me that there was, this used to be like a place of worship for druids, and it'd been defiled, I'm pretty sure. That's canon that he told me.
Yep.
And could definitely see bones and stuff inside a little thing.
Do you think this could be the druids?
It used to belong to druids, but it's been defiled, and the hags have been worshipping something else.
I'm going to say that you guys would put two and two together. This was once those druids that you've encountered. This was something they had or something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, other than what I know of sacrifices...
You don't think it's related to something going on down there in
well,
the stones?
I don't know a lot about hags, I don't think. But I can go check, just see if I can see any things he was looking at, kind of retrace his steps. Maybe he did something down there that caused the something
Sure.
up here to happen.
Sure.
So I'll go down to the megaliths and...
Yep. You watch her go. Maybe for the last time.
Shut up. I'm, like, gonna keep her within...
It's like 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh wait, we still have
I love
that
that.
barrel, right? That's on. I'm gonna go get the barrel out of the cart and then go to the tiny hut.
Oh, infinite barrel of
Mhm.
There's not a lot of room in the hut right now because of the kids.
I assume you want me to roll an investigation?
That would
Maybe
be a
somebody
yeah.
should stay
The barrel's in Ben's backpack, which is locked
What
in.
are
Nine.
What are you talking to the horse about?
First of all, asking if he saw the rune,
He will communicate to you, indicating he has.
and if there's any way. Oh wait, we can't have like direct conversations, can we?
He's kind of giving you yes or no
That's
currently, unless you have anybody has to speak with animals.
That's right.
Not yet.
I don't know if it would be like. Is Rhodes able to just like name off spells that he thinks this could be, and like
We could try if you'd like.
plane shift?
He just kind of blankly stares.
Yeah, we're clerics.
Of course we're gonna roll low initiative. We're clerics.
Mm-hmm.
Did it? So I don't know if this, in my knowledge of D&D, like the teleport spell has like a loud presence.
There's usually like a pop at the very end. Right. That nobody probably would have heard inside the building. If you were on the outside, you probably would have heard the after it.
Okay, yeah. I guess I just confirm with Avram that took place.
He will nod and agree.
Yeah. And then I guess that's all.
Okay. So what's your investigation?
That was a good old 9.
Yeah, man, nothing new. You look around. Just some desecrated druid.
Can I see any
megaliths.
well-worn paths down here, though? Like, maybe if the hags were coming down here, maybe they didn't shift off-world or off-plane. They, like, just teleported somewhere. Can I see any, like, walking paths, like, into the woods? Not that I really want to go there. But...
No, I mean, at this point, any path that would have been there would have been probably the druids, which you don't really see any, or they would be heavily overgrown. The only path you have is literally the one that leads you down to it, and towards the bone grinder, and back towards the road. What are we doing, people? Shit's getting real, trust me.
This is what I'm doing.
Do we
Yes, it
think
is.
that this teleportation was the druids or the hags?
You're going to be able to put it was definitely set up for the hags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
not
first one that
druids.
pooped was literally the hag. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she likely, the cart maybe triggered, but that cart is gone now.
Maybe it has some kind of spell on it or something.
Could have been a rune carved into the bottom of it that once it passed over that other rune, it, boom, activated.
Oh, I don't want to speak with animals.
I don't know. I'm a paladin. I'm not very...
Are there still crows around?
Your passive perception's
Or
higher
is it
than
ravens? Were they crows?
they were ravens. Passive perception higher than a 12?
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely ravens. At first glance, they are circling over the high up, but they're circling over kind of the megalith, and then occasionally you'll see them in the trees. They kind of, as if they're looking, not like a ton of them. You probably count in the entire kind of 100-foot radius that you can see or whatever, like maybe 5 or 6.
I want to stay down by the megalith, but I'm going to see if, like, anything is, like, loose, as in, like, if I'm walking on stone to see if any of the stones are loose, just to try to, like, we were searching for something earlier, just maybe, like, they hid something under a stone, like, I'm thinking,
At the
like,
megalith? No, you're confident that
nothing.
there's nothing.
Then I'll make my way back up.
I want to use... if you use detect magic, does it move with you?
It does.
Because I can concentrate up to 10 minutes. Can I cast that and then walk around near where the megaliths are, just around maybe where the cart was, any of that, to see if anything lights up?
The detect magic will not trigger where the runes or the crime happened, if you will.
Yeah.
The crime.
Rhodes knows because he felt it, because he had it active when it triggered, so he knew roughly where it was. But I don't. The way I have it set up essentially is like he knows roughly where it is, but because of the certain sources and the things, there is no glowing to ring say it's here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you won't feel that when you use it.
So there's nothing in particular that is magical.
On the runes,
Like a
there's
physical
literally
something.
nothing that's...
On the monolith or megaliths?
The megalith, no, there's nothing magical other than I would say everybody know that at one point it contained some
I'm looking for
form.
something that's like currently activated,
Nothing.
emitting some kind of magic.
Can I try
Nothing.
putting a little blood in the altar thing of the...
Don't do that. What's wrong with you?
I mean, you can if you want. It's your choice.
I'm just drinking away.
Yeah.
One
Do
of
you
the
have anything to
children.
contribute?
I'm
Drop
drinking in
shouldn't
the
be
tents.
that terrible.
I'm like, oh, well, he's gone forever.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Cut yourself.
Unsupervised.
What are you doing?
Drop some blood into this altar.
Yeah, no, that's what's
Just a little bit, yeah. Just see if anything glows.
Nothing happens.
Oh, thank God.
Why would you do that?
Can I examine, like, the kitchen
Sure.
area?
Yeah, you go in there and you can throw an investigation if you'd like.
I'm trying to figure it out.
How do you know you didn't just like...
Promise something to someone?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's 13.
You'll just hear me yell out, it's
let me
not
just
what it
check.
seems! They will fuck you over!
And now I'm gonna have to pay her blood debt.
There's the frogs that you can definitely still hear. The toads, I'm sorry, that are in there. They are locked up in like wooden crates. There's a bunch of them.
I'll let them out.
Okay, and they will all
It's
like
the
a
druids.
rove of them hop out.
I guess they could eat
Wait.
the toads, and maybe use them in certain spells.
They are on the move. Just you
Does
see
Celeste
like
say it's the druids? Isn't
you
it?
literally see like a dozen or so.
I probably would. I'd be like, it's the druids.
Rhodes looks at you and he's like, fuck.
Go ahead, give me an athletics check to see how many you can catch.
Fuck.
Oh, wow.
Nat 20.
I'll say you
22.
roll me a d6.
Maybe they'll give you a boon for setting them free.
6.
Yeah, you grab 6 of them real quickly. They're squirming, but you get 6 of them to where the other half of them are fading away into the fields and the grass or whatever, getting out of there.
Can you speak to them?
No.
Oh.
Just shove 6 frogs in your face.
So, grab the frogs. And you look around the kitchen, and you're going to be able to find a barrel that has a glistening greenish blackish kind of ichor in it.
Is this on the first floor?
There is tons of flour, sugar, and grounds of powdered, which you know is bone now, that are all scattered about. There's cabinet doors that are all have locks of hair hanging inside of them. There are various concoctions of 3 small labeled containers that hold some type of elixir. One of the elixirs is labeled Youth. It's golden syrupy look. Has a golden syrupy look to it. The second elixir, labeled Laughter, is kind of a red tea-like consistency inside of it. And the third is labeled Mother's Milk, and it's kind of a greenish milky liquid inside of it.
No.
There's a few eggs that the chickens have roosted or are roosting, and then there's a wooden trunk or crates in which you open and let all the toads out of, and you have 6 of those.
Okay.
That's what the kitchen consists of.
Rangers cast like clerics, right? They have access to their full list and they prep every day, I believe.
I don't think every day.
No,
A ranger can. I think you can.
Rangers don't have access to their full list. I think they
Is
have
that
to.
just a 3-5 thing?
They pick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're like sorcerers.
It's like every time I level up, I think I can change.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Rhodes is contemplating. I see he's working puzzles, solving.
Were the children sleeping when I got into
They are. They're all passed out resting.
Then I'll just be mumbling to myself, like, I don't know. He could have just poofed like he was just an evil hag all along. Glug, glug, glug.
What's Irina doing?
She's literally not been consoled and has been crying and sobbing the whole time over her brother.
Yeah.
You guys just kind of literally went on your own tangent as she is like miserably saddened that her brother is now gone and may never come back, and it's probably her last family tie to wherever she is. She feels lost.
I walk back outside to the horse.
Okay.
Can the horse speak with other animals?
Do you want to try?
Shove 6 frogs in its face.
Sure.
In the interim, would like to do my best to.
There is some sort of strange communication going on between them.
Oh
He's
god.
fine, horse.
It
Are
carries on for close to a minute and then it kind of stops.
Are these polymorphed humans?
I see the horse would reply definitely with a yes.
This is great. So how many frogs were there?
Fuck, I
Just
let
There was
something go.
12.
There were 12. So we only had half of the polymorphed humans.
They-
The
they
rest
ran
escaped
away.
out. Okay, cool.
If it's true polymorph, I don't even think.
Nymora has no idea. I just wanted to know, for the sake of the person following along with the story.
Do they have any idea
there's a communication, there's a, you know, and it's like, and I would say that Afram would be like nodding, no, has no idea.
Right. Thank you. I go back in and inform everyone that I'm holding polymorphed humans.
Told you, druids.
And half of them got away because I let them go.
Now they're toads forever.
We can't win them all.
Sorry, Chiefs, I got nothing here.
Yeah. Irina is still crying.
Welcome to the old bone grinder, people.
Yeah,
The two of us can retrain spells tomorrow and have access to a few more things. I don't believe either of us have access to speak with animals, but it sounds like we've gotten what we need out of them.
feel... do I have that wrong? Feel that?
I don't think I
Unarmed
can.
strike to do no damage.
I can look. I mean, I have the same spells you have, so
You do 0 damage.
Correct.
I don't have any. I don't have any for my class, my domain or
I
anything.
think it's minimum 1.
Do we not
I
have
don't-
like comprehend
I think it's
languages?
minimum 1.
If you
Is
don't
that
have a strength
a thing?
score, like if it's a 0 or lower, you just...
I always rolled minimum.
Damn.
1.
So it's like you go up and you're like, boom, and
It's
they're
like
just like,
having new
Previously, we had
arms.
been
Yeah.
listen to his head.
At least the way D&D Beyond runs it.
It's
I
just
don't
like
know.
he did.
I know, right? Like, okay, never getting a slap fight with anyone. I
I
see.
think we
I
have
do
access
4
to message somehow,
base, I
right?
think, or
I can do
6.
sending,
Oh, I do
So,
4.
yeah, sending.
but I can do
Yeah,
it.
sending.
So tomorrow, if I rest, I can send 2 messages. It would really be awful to do that twice and use all my powers that powerful, but I can try to reach out to Ben and or Ismark. If this is if it's like what you say, Niley, and the cart rolling over it with the rune, wouldn't that make it likely that this is a teleportation site that would be used routinely? Like maybe that's how she would go back and forth to town?
To be clear, I don't know how teleportation magic works. It was just an idea. I don't know if you're someplace you could just be familiar with an object and poof it to you. Or if it was like a pre-set up thing. Just got a vague recollection of this from temples.
So yeah, I would kind of be speculating on like, do we think that this is her place she drives over to get to town and poison the children with their own friends?
There could be like 12 more of these on this whole place.
That sounds possible, though.
Which idea?
Perhaps
If
we...
it sends her to town. Because there's no way she's rolling the cart back and forth manually.
How they would stay safe. I'm sure they would be attacked out here as well. Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking maybe we can send there's not really anybody in town to talk to. Maybe Irina knows somebody we could send a message to say like, have you seen Ben or Ismark back in town randomly
There's
with the hag? I don't know.
Or did he die? Did Father Donovich die?
Donovich
Yeah.
did not die. He's
No.
still alive.
He was smacked around a bit.
We know him.
Yeah, we do know him. We
He's in
have a good
town.
rapport with him as well. I mean, well, we did murder his son, but his son needed to be saved, so...
Well, we have children with us, so traveling on the road might not be the safest right now. Although,
Luckily, we found this underground tunnel thing.
We don't know where it goes.
That's
That
true.
was like a way back.
I was literally yesterday.
It wasn't that far. It was a couple miles back.
Same
I think what
day.
we said-
Not yesterday. It was same day.
Oh, same day,
It
sorry.
was this morning that we found it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm here.
And we didn't explore it. We don't know where it could go. It could go right off the side of a cliff.
the children are from the same town as Irina.
They're from
This way.
Barovia, yes. Some of them know Irina. Irina knows some of them.
How far away are we from the nearest town?
Valaki's close.
like
Valaki
they-
could be
yeah.
there by nightfall,
Yeah.
currently. Going backwards is a long...
What time of day is it?
it's
now?
Like
Lightly gray.
afternoonish.
Light.
It's like medium gray.
Medium gray.
Yeah.
Medium gray.
I'm okay with moving on, but
I
I
think
can.
we should just go.
I can assure you that I will be of very little help. If any kind of trouble happens, I will be
I think it's
mundane whopping them.
best that we hole up here and then go bright and early tomorrow morning.
You killing my wife.
what?
She's like, I just want to fucking get this
Yeah.
town.
What worries me is
I know that look.
both of us have to retrain
I want to
spells
recover
tomorrow.
arrows while I'm wandering around.
You
We've
can
used
get half.
almost all
Which
of our
means we have
resources.
less of the spells
If we get into another
use
fight,
normally.
I mean, I already have sending.
Like fletching supplies, you can maybe go out and try to make some.
I already have.
Let's make a decision, people. What are we doing? Are we going to take a long rest? Are we going to go to the Locky?
Flip a coin.
So we at least need to spell magic and sending tomorrow, I think.
Okay. So a long rest?
I'm hoping to take a
either of
long
those.
rest tonight in a place
I'm
we know
more
is
is
cleared
taking
out.
a drunkenly induced long rest
Sure.
already.
Yeah, kids probably don't want to immediately travel.
Also, yeah, there's a chance that maybe at least the hag comes back,
We need them
To
at their
get her
strongest to
thing.
move them.
get her stuff while we're asleep, and we can maybe get the I don't know
Set up some watches.
I have
Alright.
an alarm.
long rest.
I have an alarm spell.
So we're going long rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
I
good.
normally would sleep out there with Afram, but I really need to get some sleep tonight.
Can the horse fit inside the ground floor?
No.
Okay.
No, he's way too large for that. You guys can go ahead and reset you can complete a long rest. The long rest will happen, you can reset all your features.
I'd say we get up as early as we can.
No, you're screwed. You're good. You're
Cool.
screwed.
I figured as much.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on one of these frogs.
That will work.
Oh, really?
On the frog.
I put it way out in the open and cast Dispel
So it's
Magic
trying to
on
hop
it.
away, and then you hit it with it.
Then I have evil ready. In case
yeah.
it's,
Is there any? It won't resist. If there was any, I don't remember offhand, but it will transform, and now you will see. Let's do evens, male, odds, female. Okay, so it'll be a male who is completely stark nude, who's continuing to hop like a frog, and then kind of takes pause and looks around and stands up. The male is a half elf, probably 5'9" in height, very lean, looking utterly confused. He has some tattoos and markings on him that would indicate him as some sort of druidic personality. But he is confused, looking around as if his mind does not quite reset itself from an extensive amount of time being a frog.
I was one of the people who agreed to kind of stand around so he couldn't hop away forever.
Rhodes will just approach with his hands up. You're no longer.
Where am I?
You're
Is
no
what he
longer a
says.
toad.
I was a toad?
Yes, you've been polymorphed.
Where are my clothes? And he kind of like tries to avert as much as he can to give him some decency. For you curious folk, he's anatomically correct.
Can we roll for hotness? Okay.
He's probably about a 6,
Okay.
6'5".
Okay.
Like he's not like
Out of 10?
yeah, like he's
got
a
face
little above
tattoos,
average.
so it's
Out
breaking
of
it
30.
a little bit.
Okay.
Do you remember being taken by hags?
He looks confused, and then it takes a minute, like his memory's kind of like rebooting a little bit, and he's going to say, I do remember something about an elderly woman and her daughters, and it's very fuzzy.
Gonna come sauntering out with a little jug. Yep, that's how they get you.
I want to kind of help cover himself, since it's probably awkward talking to a bunch of clothed people while you're naked.
Yeah, he definitely uses it as decent covering.
Right, well, here are your friends.
As he looks at each one of them, and you take the other, was it
Are you
5
a
of
druid?
them? I believe so.
Do you have the magic?
Possibly, that's what he says. And you know it's going to take some time to get his... We're talking like this could have been 100 years. I mean, he could have been stuck this way for a long time.
Well, bring him with us. Going to a city.
Yeah, if you want to hang out outside by our horse.
Is he one of the murder druids?
It doesn't seem like he's trying to murder us right now.
It's because he doesn't remember right now.
Yeah. But 5-on-1.
If you remember that you want to murder us, we'll kill you.
We'll probably fit here.
He looks confused, but he's okay.
Did I encounter the murder druids in the forest, or just the weird specter things? Okay.
Yes, you would have encountered them and cleverly avoided them.
Does he look like the murder druid though? Because I feel like that's
some of the markings look familiar, but it's very tough to tell.
I don't know if I want to use it so soon.
Well, you are several hours away from Vallaki. You have a druid here with his 5 frog friends, a horse that's also needing to be helped, a wagon that's about to fall apart, and God knows what happens to Ben.
It is Mark.
The 2 children.
I make sure Avram does not see me casting Dispel Magic to cure someone of their polymorph.
I was less
We kind of still need Abram as he is.
Okay.
If I was Avram, I would refuse to move another
Can you turn the volume on him down a little bit?
That's you, you're closer.
No, you can use the mouse to do it, but...
Nope, now he's...
Okay.
I will, before we disembark from the mill, I will take a poll of the group and ask, should I reach out to Ben or Ismark? Irina, I already know your answer.
I think Ben might know more.
About what's going on to him, and maybe he's with Ismark.
I mean, he's the scion of a hag, so he should know more about hags than...
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe he can help us get him back.
I'm gonna turn to Irina. No offense, but Ismark didn't seem that very, worldly.
I need to ask him, pretty easy questions to answer because it's, 25 words, so I have to be able to ask it, and then he needs to be able to respond easily. So what should I ask?
How do you get where you are? Or where are you?
Where are you? Is there a way to join you?
Is there a way to join
don't
you?
want to go
That's
there.
10.
No.
Other plane?
Other plane what?
Still Barovia? Question mark.
Yeah. Where are you?
Okay. Where are you? Still in wait, oh god, I can't do it.
Still
Can you count?
Barovia.
Where? I can count for you.
Okay. Ben. I'm sending it now. Ben, where are you?
Jester style.
Barovia? Other plane? How can you come home?
How do we get to you?
How do we get to you? Are you alone?
We're getting there.
Alive? Question mark.
Alive? Please?
Okay.
Okay.
Ben.
Two questions before I answer.
Yeah.
First question is, does the cart teleport back on its own? Is it leashed back to this place? If no owner is near it. Okay. The second question that I have, it's been 8 hours.
Oh, I know.
How fucked am I?
So, put your mindset into you're going to get this message in a state of sheer horror and panic
Okay.
and desperation holding on to your life.
Okay.
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. And this is in I don't have to say anything out loud. Where I am. Because I'm responding in my head. Very quietly. Probably just the most neutral you've ever heard Ben in his life. This is how he responds. Find the cart. Get to the town of Barovia. Find Rosenthorn. Come quickly. There's not much time.
That's fair. It's
Okay.
definitely...
So I impart that to everyone.
It is
And-
the most true, authentic, dead serious tone you've ever heard.
It's also It's also not in an accent.
Yeah.
There is no accent on top of it.
What's the name you said?
Rose and Thorn.
Rose and Thorn.
If we hauled ass, like running hauled ass, how long would it take us to get to Barovia, having just walked it?
It's going to take you like
2.5 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a minute. There's,
then how-
there's a quick way there, but Ben kind of took it. She can figure something else out.
Oh, I
I
kind of
wonder
want
if
to tear this
Ismark
place
is
apart
there.
to try to find another way.
We can't. We can't. I mean, we have children with us. We have.
Yeah, we'd have to send someone to Vallaki, and other people would have to go back to Barovia.
We're gonna have to split the party.
We are.
Do you have any more message abilities?
I can do it once more. That's going to really hamstring me.
Okay, so that was it. Did you happen to ask him
I
anything
can do
about
it, too.
Ismark in that ramblings?
No.
No, we didn't. Yeah. Sorry, Elena.
I said alone or not, and he didn't really.
Okay. I got about half what he said.
All contact is working.
What do you want to say to Ismark?
Before you stumble through that, can I just ask to clarify? Because, so where did we want to go? And, where do we want to go to Vallaki?
Barovia is back this way.
And we're, a day or less, or hours
You're like-
from Vallaki.
Yeah, like
Yes.
a couple hours to Vallaki.
And Barovia.
It's way.
It's been like a week or more.
It's like 2.5, 3 days.
Week away. Okay.
It
Mind
feels
you,
like a
I've
week.
just popped in and been running around the woods for a week, so I have no idea of the shit that's around here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 days.
And
if we
Ben just said come back to
don't get
Barovia?
sidetracked.
Yeah.
Right.
A week?
Yeah,
Yes.
but we've been walking, we've been kind of being careful. We haven't been
Do we have to go through the creepy woods?
technically the path through the woods, yes. But not into the woods.
It's in the mist,
different.
though.
It is in the mist.
It's
And I don't know if we leave Irina if we get the same protection.
it's
Okay.
possible
You may
in
need to carry
Vallaki
on.
someone has the ability to teleport.
That's what I was going to say.
Maybe.
That gives us another 5 or 6 hours on top of our trek back if we
But
do
if
it.
not, maybe there's a horse in Vallaki and we could cut the trip.
There could be, maybe find a scroll.
Halfrons would be like, "Pfft, this horse right here.
Can pull an ass back to Barovia
He probably could.
without the
Then
cart?
he'd die.
The cart may not make it,
Oh,
and
poor
he may not survive after he gets you
That's
there.
the problem. I don't want to kill the horse.
Okay.
Can I ask Irina, how is Vallaki bigger than Barovia? Would they have more to offer?
She looks, she's like completely falling into a deep state of depression, and she says, yes, it is much larger than. So I've been
So maybe
told.
we can find some kind of teleportation there, whether it be a scroll, a wizard,
And if not, we're only a few hours off of Vallaki, so it's still pretty much the same amount of time to hopefully Ben not dying.
Sorry.
All right.
Tickle in my nest. there.
Ismark. We still need to find Ismark though.
All contact.
Yeah, I
is
assume
marked.
they're in the same place.
And
Yeah, we can go.
What do you say?
I'm going to ask all the same questions. I'm really contacting Ismark to see if he's still alive.
Okay, when you do that, you can feel that the the message goes, but it's like a busy signal, just static, nothing. So you're pretty sure that he's not on the same plane of existence.
It says it can go on other planes.
Does it?
Yep, it says
Oh.
it's
And it's
unlimited.
5% chance it fails, right?
It enables the okay, let's see here. You can send a message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a distant plane, you it has a 5% chance. You have to roll.
So you got to roll a percentage dice. If you roll 5 or lower, it fails.
That's how you do it, right?
Yep. 2 times. The first one is the percentage die.
78.
Nice.
Yeah, there will be no reply.
Is there a
Can you
bluff
tell
skill
if
in
like they're
5e?
arrived?
You can tell that
Yes,
it was
deception.
delivered properly, yes,
Okay.
and there's zero
It's like
reply
charisma.
or zero connection. I'm going to say that you're pretty sure he is no longer alive.
I get a 1 on my deception check.
Yeah, you're pretty readable.
Oh, man.
Be like this, Mark.
Meanwhile, somebody else is dying, and you want him to suffer the same fate.
Let us grieve at her pace. Just kidding. Okay, well, it sounds like we're going to Velaki. Let's get this horse ready because, you know...
I say we put the kids on the cart, everyone else, kids and Irina on the cart. Someone has to drive the cart, though.
The druid, are we taking the druid and the
The
frogs?
druid is...
All the frogs need to come with us, I feel like.
It's his choice, honestly. Has he...
He's trying to figure out what he's doing. Like, he's really confused. Like, he's starting to put some things together and realizing, oh, I have 2 legs now. I can walk on them.
Murderous to us yet?
No, he looks confused.
Okay, cool.
Currently.
Can I draw him a crude map to Velaki?
You sure can.
Best of luck.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I would take him.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Let's go.
If you show him kindness,
Are we
maybe
going
he'll
to Velaki?
Yeah.
show kindness.
He's more than welcome. Well, Niley Walfer, you're more than welcome to walk with us. Well, quickly walk with us. And then loading the kids up in the cart. Loading Irina into the cart. And then kind of looking around and being like, who's going to drive this? Because it's not me.
Oh,
Celeste was spending her whole time up there on the cart. It should give her some kind of advantage on that, plus the animal handling.
Abram handling.
Yeah.
So, whoever's driving the wagon,
Me.
Yeah.
roll out.
Or...
I'll give you guidance
but it doesn't.
on the
What do you have?
Animal handling. Or
oh yeah, I'm actually pretty good.
plus
Plus
4.
I have a +4 too.
Oh, okay.
I'll
That's
give
fine if you
guidance
want to
whoever
do
wants
it.
to roll it.
I don't care.
Somebody
I'll
pick.
do it since it's my guy.
You should get advantage for that.
And guidance.
I don't know. He is also the one that.
If you want to help him with a +4, you can give him advantage.
I just meant because it's his mentor or whatever. That's the
Let's just play the... You want to help him or not?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank God. Okay. That was the difference between a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I'm sitting next to you, backseat driver.
All right, so it's going to take you several hours to get to Velaki. You will cut the time down as Rhodes and Afram have found a way to kind of navigate the pathway a little faster. I have a thing that I finally get to use after months of writing. Let's get down to my thing here. So, here's what you got. Velaki, the old Svalich Road meanders into a valley that's watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg that is surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against the walls, as if it's looking for a way inside this palisade, hoping to catch the town aslumber. You notice that any of this fog or mist is still kind of unable to encroach on your travels. The dirt road in which you've been traveling on at this point, right. Yep, the dirt road ends, sorry, that's why I was like, I'm confused, at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures that stand or loom behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the roadsides, or the road outside the gates, are half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. The wagon is called to halt 20 feet from the city's gates, as everyone notices that 15-foot long vertical logs that have been held together or being held together with thick rope and mortar kind of shape Velaki's wooden palisade that kind of goes around the city. And you notice that the tops of the logs have been sharpened to a point, as there are guards that peer over the top of the palisade at the party as you approach. There's a stirred male voice that calls out from one of those kind of looming figures that were behind the iron gates, as it says, "What business do you seek here in the walls of Velaki?
Teleportation magic.
Do you submit to an inspection of your persons as well as your wagon?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to notice that there's a small little side door that opens up, and there's going to be 3 guards that are going to slowly approach cautiously, arms at ready. They are armored. They're going to approach the wagon slowly and begin to inspect each person on the wagon. They're going to give you basically a full pat down, and they immediately grab at your collars to look at your collars. They'll pull up any long sleeves to look at wrists or any exposed skin. They seem to be searching for something. The lead guard who was watching his other guards do all the inspecting, and he's going to say, your weapons are fine within the city walls as long as you have them checked or purchase a permit, is what he'll say. And they will complete their inspection as the one guard gives a thumbs up and says, all's well. They check out clean. The two guards are going to head back to the wall as the one is going to step off to the side where the kind of the pikes with the wolves' heads are.
Can I ask them what they were looking for?
You sure can.
Okay. What were you looking
Any
for?
evidence of bite marks from either wolf or vampire?
Oh.
Over the gates! And you'll hear...
Whoever the higher ranking one is, Rhodes will just point to the children and say, we've rescued these children from a hag's den.
You can take them to St. Andrew's church, I believe is what it was. The father there will take good care of them. It is a safe haven and place from the devil, is what he'll say. The gates are fully opened. Your motion to come forward. You lead the wagon forward, and probably about 25 feet past the gates, you're going to notice kind of some stalls that are set up with other guards that basically are checking people in and out. Some people are like presenting weapons and leaving them into a box, a check box, while other people are shilling out coin and getting a piece of paper. There's a few people that leave as you guys enter in after they look like they've collected something out of one of the boxes, the strong boxes. They're leaving. The gates will close behind you, and you'll notice that they have large kind of timbers that they drop into kind of bar from the inside.
I would like to, as we kind of enter the city, we're walking next to the wagon, I'd like to just kind of try to implore to Irina to find out if she has any kind of pull or connections in the city.
She has never been here at all.
Okay.
Her brother is the only one that has told her what he's encountered, and she's kind of lived vicariously. She's pretty much been sheltered and locked away inside of Barovia to be protected or cherished or
Before
Does she
we
know-
leave the guards completely? Can I have questioned that wolf bite? Like, why wolves?
There are some people that transform, a form of lycanthropy, is what the lead guard will say. Now, you guys have the option. You can either check your weapons here and not have weapons walking around. You can pay a price to basically carry your weapons, or you can try whatever your other D&D players are going to try, which is smuggle
I'll
or do
walk
whatever.
up to one of the stalls and just ask how much a permit is.
5 copper per weapon. You must put a name down on the weapon's belongings or origin.
I'll pay the 5 copper for a permit.
So it's per weapon. So
I just have one.
Okay.
Unless you want me to register the fist.
What? I mean,
Yikes, those are invaluable.
what name do you register this weapon under?
Niley.
Okay. He scribbles it down, make sure it's correct.
What's the conversion for copper? No, I can probably just do this, right?
Like if you have a silver, you get 5 copper back. It's like 10 copper for a silver, and it's like 100 copper for gold.
I will just hand them my mace and my dagger.
Okay, so they will check it into a box. They will give you a tiny little slip of paper with your name on it. Do you give them your name?
Yeah, you can put fee.
Okay, it's put on there, it's bound, and you will notice the weapons go into the box and they just kind of
Nice.
vanish.
Can I keep my shield?
Shield does not cost you. It is defensive. Anything.
Oh, I did have a shield, sorry, but... it
No,
doesn't
that
count.
yeah, it's defensive. It wouldn't count it.
I'll check my sword.
Okay, so that's 5 copper,
I'll pay to keep my bow and my short
We
sword.
have this box
10
too.
copper.
Forgot about the alms box.
I will put a quarterstaff and a crossbow, a light crossbow, into one of the boxes for them to keep safe.
Sure.
I will not be taking the hidden dagger in my pants/boot out.
So yeah, roll me a. Roll me a stealth check.
Well, 14.
Okay, that's pretty solid. They won't really notice a 14. They're just some guards. They will give you a slip. What's your name?
Namora.
Okay, so they scribble your name down. It binds to, and basically it's a receipt. When you leave, you turn it over to them. Your weapons will withdraw. They'll present you with your weapons.
I'll stick the permit somewhere where it probably...
Keep it safe.
Yeah,
Because if you ain't got it,
yeah.
you'll have to deal with the
Just shove it down my shirt at this point. Pretty hard to get to.
Okay. Once you guys have all done your things, you're free to roam in Wallachia. We'll put the map of Wallachia up for you.
I was gonna ask one of the permit guards or guards just hanging around,
Sure.
like, hey, we're just looking for someone who possibly has access to teleportation magic. If you know anyone like that in the city.
There is a very low chance that there actually is somebody in the city. We're talking like 10%. So if you roll a percentage dice of 10 or lower, they will give you a comforting answer. If you don't, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
So no pressure.
I have a
just 10 or lower.
But the
Just
druid can
10 or
walk
lower.
us back.
So there's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1.
No. Not 10 or lower.
They kind of giggle and laugh like, ha, like there's going to be people of great magics here. You must not be from here for sure.
Do I look like I'm from here?
No, you do not.
Where can I buy a horse or rent one?
The stables, and they will give you directions to the stables.
Thanks.
I will take the children to the church.
Okay, going to St. Andrew's
Back
Church.
at the gates.
What did you ask him?
Irina's going to go with you because she was supposed to be taken to Father Petrovich at the church.
I asked them
So
if
she
there
would
was
travel
someone
with
in the
you.
city who
I'll go
was
with
capable
Irina.
of
Okay,
casting
so
I have more
teleportation
questions
magic.
for her when we're done.
But now I'm going to go to the stables and see if I can rent a horse, or how much it would cost to rent horses.
Yeah, if we could all get horses and
What about a magic shop?
To
Even
rent a
rent
horse is 20 gold pieces.
Yeah.
To purchase a horse fast enough to get you somewhere is 75.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are carrying that cash on us.
What about
Magic
any
shop.
scrolls or shops?
They do have shops. You can make perception checks. See if you locate them quickly or if you have to take a little while to dabble.
13 and 14.
The two of you are more on an explore. If you really want to find one, you're going to basically dive into the city and be gone from the rest of the group for an hour or so to find something.
If Celeste is on that, I'm going with her.
So you two will do the buddy system and travel. You're noticing that there is tons of old banners that are hung of some sort of festival that has taken place. They are being torn down and replaced with new banners that state the Festival of the Blazing Sun. And these people look utterly like disgusted at the sign of another festival. They are putting on fake smiles. Like you can tell like these people are fake happy. On the inside, they're just kind of either being like, how do I put, like, not like miserable, but kind of like
It's like when corporate throws you a pizza party.
yeah.
All right.
We bought you pizza, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, hey, we got you pizza. Now
So-
we can raise our wages.
Right. This is your gift.
No, we're not making
Yeah.
you safe. We're
So
just
that's
putting
kind of the
it in.
vibe that you guys are getting as you're traveling. You will find a place that dabbles in tinctures, potions, and some magics. We're talking like nothing above rare, and that may be expensive.
Is this on the
You're towards
witchy
the center.
side or like the true
No,
magic-y
it would
side?
be more of like a apothecary or a alchemist kind of vibe. It's more towards the center of the town, which I think I can put on there. I can. Let me put it onto your map so that you can see. Okay, in 8 is the town center. I'm gonna shift over so people hopefully can see for a little bit, and then we'll transition back. Okay, that's what you guys are doing. The three of you, being Irina, Fialova, Rose, are heading there. You are at the stalls. Let's go with you next.
So to rent a horse is like
20 gold.
gold.
Yep,
To buy one is 75.
you
which-
got it.
Do other people
Start
have
doing favors.
money written down? Because I have nothing.
Like 40 maybe.
That's
Yeah.
because we started with physical money,
Yeah.
and everybody forgot to do that, myself included.
Yeah.
If you remember what color your pouch is, you can count how much money you had.
I
Yeah.
have 127 gold.
I'll give everyone who doesn't remember at least 15 gold.
I have the red pouch.
15.
15 gold.
15.
So if you have 0, at least take 15.
I would like to ask Irina if she's
Megan, what do we start with?
aware that, are aware of her family having any kind of like political ties, since like her dad was running the city.
So her father was a Burgermeister. There would have been some light dealings, but the Burgermeister of Alaki is above any other Burgermeister. He has that I'm above reproach. Like, I don't deal with Barovia kind of vibe.
Okay.
So there would have been
Like, her name
correspondence.
won't have any pull.
No,
and
fuck
we can't
no.
be like,
Nope.
we have the Burgermeister's daughter who we need to return extremely quickly. Or
Nope.
whatever.
That's why specific. What are you looking for?
The pouches.
They're tucked away over here on this side.
I can't get to them.
I know that. So go ahead.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Is Barovia a kingdom?
Barovia.
Or is
Okay,
it
so
like a
Barovia
city-state?
is the village. On top of it is the entire land. Am I correct in that, James? Yeah. So it's all Barovia, and then there's
Yeah.
the village. Of the
Barovia is the country as well as the village.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe with
So
that.
if we get to the church and meet this, what was his name?
Father Petrovich.
Father Petrovich.
I think it is Lucian.
I
One
love-
thing you do know when you go into the church, as you will call out for Father Petrovich, is that there's quite a few people that are taking solstice in here, or rest, or peace. Some of them praying. Some of them actually look like they're resting in here.
It's not like a ceremony or something.
No.
Not
It seems to be
church.
like a way station for rest and for safety.
Huh, like churches are supposed to.
Yeah.
I would try to find my way. I'd give you like kind of a look, like I'm gonna try and find this father, and try to see who I can look for who has like whatever garb that would resemble the clergy in this particular.
It won't be
religion.
hard because he is making his rounds. He is a very kind-looking man that you spot. Trying to find if they have a good description. You don't necessarily have a description. What you're going to see is that this building is slouching, and then you're also noticing that most of the buildings look as if they have expressions, as if they're like being squished, or they're unhappy, or they're slouching. Wood is sagging in various places that kind of give it like an old man face, like, woo, you know, which is kind of unique. The building is a centuries-old stone church. It's very similar in layout as the one in Barovia. So if you kind of visualize that, it's the same kind of, we enter in, there's an office left, office right, and it opens up into like the sanctuary, minus the crazy shit, and the pews are all in place.
Is it obvious what religion or what gods they?
It would be. There's a lot of sun iconography, very
Okay.
similar to Barovia, and I would say because of where you guys are from, you're actually from Faerun, you would know this is the Morning Lord
Okay.
that is being represented here at this church. So Father Petrovich is going to be very tall, about 6'5", very thin, lanky priest. He wears the appropriate vestiges. We're talking like maybe 140 pounds. Like, he's kind of lean for 6'5". But he's very caring. He has gentle kind of postures. He seems to really, truly be trying to help and care for these people that are in here, whether it is helping getting some food, water, or whatever it is. There are a few other nuns that are kind of helping see to the people's in here. You seek him out,
Yes.
and he hears you kind of call for him, and he excuses himself from a kind looking lady, and he moves over to where you are. He says, "Yes, my child, what can I do for you?"
I'll very respectfully kind of just give him a nod, introduce myself. I'm Pilova. I'm also a person of, great faith, and I understand that you're expecting a visit from the Burgermeister's daughter, Irina, from the village of Barovia.
Yep.
We brought her here.
I was expecting to also see Ismark. Is he going to be joining you?
Unfortunately, at this time, we
Irina's going to begin sobbing into her hands. She is
are
sad.
currently trying to ascertain his position still.
Oh, I see. And he realizes.
Yeah. And I won't imply any good or bad. I'll just kind of give him one of those, like, we're church people, we know kind of like this is a grieving situation looks, or whatever. But I also start to explain, give him the like elevator speech about what's going on and why we've been alerted that we need to return to the village as fast as possible. So if there's any one or scroll or item or anything that you can think of to help us get back faster than on horses, I would...
Unfortunately, I do not have such means, but I see that both of you are people of the cloth.
Correct.
Irina, dear, you look tired and you look as if you need some respite. He calls for one of the nuns and she comes over. She kind of ushers her away to give her some comfort in words of things. And he kind of pulls you off to more of a quieter place. And he
Thank you,
says,
Father.
I don't know how safe she will be here, but I will do my best. There are some things that have been, or something that has happened with some of the items in which kept us safe from the monster on the mount, is what I'll say. They have been taken, and this place is no longer safe from his grasp.
He takes particular interest in her.
This is unsettling for sure. Perhaps I can ask the two of you to help retrieve or locate the items that were taken from the crypts below.
I would have no desire more in my heart to help, but unfortunately we have a dear friend that seems to be a little in a desperate situation, and we're a week away. I would love to say I want to help, and I do want to help. It's just that I have to leave. Either way, I'm leaving immediately. If I have a fast means to come back, I am absolutely happy to help with that, but I'm sure as you can understand that family comes first, and we've got to go and get our guy.
I respect that. I do forewarn you. I will do my best to protect her. May the Morning Lord's blessings be with you. Safe travels on your destination. He will kind of give you a sign, the Morning Lord, and he will kind of step away as he's going to go over to where Irina is. Good.
I just want to check insight just to be sure. I feel like he was being honest at 15.
Oh, 100% genuine. Like a man of the cloth who has basically endured whatever is happening on, and he keeps the light lit, unlike Father Donovich.
When he walks away, I'll say to Fiorova, should we ask Irina if she would rather stay here or come with us? So far, she's been safe with us. Any time that she stays in a place, his influence grows.
I kind of had the same thought. Like, we put her directly into harm's way when she's with us. However, we can step between and prevent it. But if she's far, just like Ben, we can't be there. And obviously, Father is extremely kind, but, you know, kindness doesn't stop a knife, typically. Yeah. Father, can you show us to where Irina was laid to rest? Not laid to rest. Placed to recover.
Yes, certainly. And he will take you over, and you can kind of see her where she is. She's getting kind of a dry, warm blanket. She's been given kind of a hot drink, some actual warm food that looks inviting, and some consoling from some of the people. So her atmosphere is kind of, or not atmosphere, but her countenance is kind of changing slightly.
I'll sit down on the bed, you know, kind of motherly, and kind of just look to Rhodes to...
Rhodes is so good about breaking information to people.
Ben, go ahead and give me a percentage die, please.
I was just going to ask that. I was going to say, I feel like at this point, it's been long enough that I need to see if I'm still alive.
Oh no, Benny! I didn't really mean to kill you, Ben.
Do you want me to text it to you?
Yeah, you can, actually, on my phone this time.
Okay. Keep going, guys. Keep playing.
Yeah, keep on.
I would be trying to find Celeste first, after the stable thing.
Okay. So, let's conclude what you guys are doing.
Irina, the father of this church is offering to let you stay here as we return to Barovia. Is that what you want?
I rolled, and she is happy with that. She needs some rest. She needs some comfort. She appreciates everything you have done, and she wishes you didn't have to leave so soon, but she understands.
Okay.
I will put my hand on hers, and I'll give her some assurances and just say, I'm going to do my best to try and find Ismark one way or the other. And also, when I'm able, I'll check in with you to find out what's going on when I have enough power left. But stay safe. Stay, under wraps. Try to, blend in, I guess. I don't know. I hope Ben's going to be okay.
She will give you a hug, and it's you can tell it's like a genuine hug, and she will whisper thank you and that she loves you.
Aww, I didn't know we had that girl love you too.
And then Rhodes, she will do the same to you and thank you. And tell the others, is what she says.
And as we walk out, I'm going to grab Rhodes' hand and say, do you think I should call the 3 Vistanis from the bar and see if they'll go for Ben, since he did their deed for them?
Honestly, at this point, everything is falling apart. Perhaps we do whatever we can.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too, because, we're so far away and it's really not looking hopeful that we're going to be able to get there faster.
I believe
party.
we've already doomed Ismark by the amount of time that we've taken.
Yeah.
That'll be your scene. Roll me a d6, Ben.
Do you want me to text it to you?
You can just tell me.
6.
You have 6 HP left. You have taken that much psychic and mental damage, and you are becoming feral trying to survive in your current situation.
I figured as much.
He was always feral.
Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw for a fear point.
A lot. 22.
Okay, you're good. You're holding your mental sanity together, but you are kind of running the end of the race to where you're getting to the point where you're like, I'm going to leave this place one way or the other. It's going bad.
Yep.
And I would say that when you try to peer out looking for help, like the windows and the place in which you are,
It's locked in.
All you can really see are just like small silhouettes of children outside on the street.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And I probably am spending as much time as I can trying to find Ismark or somebody.
Yep. So we go to the magic shop, people. You find a small little building that looks like it's just like spilling with like shit. Like it's just everything is pushed out of the doorway as if it's like it's overflowing and stuffed. It's like going into a little place down in Gallenberg. Like, oh god, I gotta turn sideways to maneuver. Just crammed full of things. Tiny little tinctures, tiny little mundane items. There's a gnome that is inside there, very pale of skin, and we'll call it a female gnome. She will kind of walk across the countertop as if she's like reaching behind, trying to put things on an upper shelf. The door there'll be a bell, ding, 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 but no visible bell, just activates.
Okay. Excuse me.
Turns around. What do you want?
Something that we could teleport or travel quickly to Barovia.
Well, you've come to the wrong place, is what she says.
Is there a right place that exists?
Not in Vallaki, is what she says.
Well,
You mean you have all this stuff and there's nothing in here for teleportation?
You can literally do an investigation if you'd like. She tells you can look around. The only thing we have are like potions of healing that are not very powerful or strong, and we have a few little small salves and things for healing and a few little parlor tricks.
The whole whole thing over.
Shh.
Teleportation is a minimum 6 for wizards. Right?
It's like, yeah, it's like a very powerful, and this is like nothing above a rare magic item
Not that
wise.
we have the funds for that, guys.
Unless you're
Do
rocking.
favors?
I'm about to ask the stable people if they need something done while we're on the road.
Anything else you guys want to do?
We do know. Oh, sorry.
Is there any other magic shops in Falaki?
Sure. She gives you a couple. Good luck.
I'm not too sure we're going to find anything. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Did we need Ben to get back to our normal place?
No.
So we could get home without him?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Asking for
I'm more looking for Ismark than I was looking for
the one
Ben.
that transported with the feral angry hag.
Correct.
That we're pretty sure Rhodes got like a disconnected signal from.
I mean, there's always hope.
Do we need his dead body for something?
I was trying to find a
Resurrection
not dead body.
I don't think we're gonna find a
Resurrection
not
spell.
dead body. Not when we're talking civilians and hags.
That was my mission. I mean, I guess Ben's second, if I have to.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you're too attached.
I don't think everyone else is going to.
I need you to confirm to me that you're not very attached and we can still get home without Ben.
I mean, you gonna buy something or what?
This is
Shush!
not group therapy.
Excuse you? This is my shop. You can take your little selves out into the street and join the other people.
No, we don't
but
need
it's such
Ben.
a quaint little area in here. Okay, I'll walk out the door.
We don't need Ben.
Okay, so, no, do we find the others? Do we carry on?
Well, I would say that would be about the time you find them after marching from the stables.
Yeah.
She looks a little empty-handed as she's walking and not riding.
We need money to rent horses.
Okay, well, hear me out. Just, casual third-party observer.
Mhm.
Like, do we need to find them?
So how much money do you have on you?
Not money for horses. Are you opposed to stealing horses? If you're dying to have horses?
We'd have to steal the horses and get out of the city without them opening the gates for us.
Mm.
So, how do you propose to do that?
I don't know, she's making some good points.
Yeah, like I said, do we really, how urgent is he like a fundamental, childhood friend? I mean,
Well, I suppose we didn't have to save you in the forest either.
I know that's why I'm saying, how much do you love Ben?
I don't
A little more than I'm
She's
approving of
kind
you
of,
right now.
sweating a little bit. You
Yeah.
can tell she's very distressed and, almost nauseous. So she's, starts fidgeting. She's like, I just really need to know how, do you really need to find it?
Hold that thought. We go back to you at the church.
I pull you aside and I whisper to you. Ascending requires knowing the name of a person. In this moment, I know the name of a person who is more powerful than us.
I mean, that's a lot of people, but go on.
Potentially intercede who has an interest in seeing us closer to where he is located.
Sir. I mean, it's just crazy enough to work. I mean, I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like back at the other group, they're talking about whether or not it's going to be worth it to keep in my opinion.
Actually, there's about to be a confrontation, so...
My
I have a
opinion
feeling Ben's going to be dead in the next few hours.
That's
anyway.
yeah. I'm open to not going on with Ben, but I'm not gonna willingly let him die without intervening in the most I possibly can. So I don't hate that idea. But what if it's just he'll only bring one of us or something, and we have to bring Irina or something?
He would want Irina.
There is a bit of commotion that's starting to take place that is drawing your attention outside into the streets.
Us?
Yeah, currently.
Did you hear that?
There's a lot of people that are pointing to the sky and looking. There's a lot of people that are beginning to start to move.
Fantastic.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Is that
ride
a
it.
ride?
this solves all of my
Is
problems.
that our ride?
Yeah, is this our freaking ride, guys?
Oh, Uber's here.
Do you go investigate?
Yes.
Yeah.
We flash back to those of you out in the street as you
Yep.
look up and see a large, looming, ominous kind of shadow that is circling around. And it does like kind of a once around, and then it heads towards where the church is. As you guys get out, probably about 30 feet up, you see this kind of shadowy, ominous thing kind of in the mist and clouds, and then it breaks through. And what you see kind of diving with feet first and claws extended is this kind of shadow-esque dragon that literally pounces on top of the church's roof. Now, if you guys remember, I think it was back in like the first couple episodes, there was a large creature above Ravenloft that was circling. Well, this is the pet. It is going to latch on top of the roof. It lets out a god-awful roar. You notice that there is a saddle that has been attached to this dragon, and riding on it is a very handsome, regal-looking Strahd Bonsarovich.
Oh no, he's hot!
As he pulls the reins, the dragon's head kind of cranes back and then punches right through the ceiling of the church. There is people scrambling, trying to get out as clouds of debris and dust just kind of roll out, people coughing and hacking. We go to you three in the street first.
I would know that they went to the church, right?
You literally would see that, yeah, it's easy to put together.
Done with this conversation.
Okay.
Hightailing it to the church.
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
Yeah.
Two of you. You see her clink, 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 clink.
What?
25.
Yep.
Does it?
You are literally like pushing people, like not in a violent way, but making a beeline. People are parting their way. You do a little like, NFL
they can
juke
hear
move.
me, to be fair,
Yeah.
but like...
Yep.
Where's
Shield.
the church on here?
That's a good question.
Where
it
were
is
we?
right
We're right
here.
here.
Oh, we're in... Okay, yeah, I'm...
Yeah, I'm
The
just
whole
sit
town
right
of
here
Valaki
and
is roughly
watch.
about a mile-ish long.
Oh,
you could
okay.
travel with it, like running, you could probably get there pretty quick.
Yeah, my pace is good.
Sure. I still ask the two of you, do
I'm
you
watching
stand
from
there?
where I'm at,
Okay.
waiting to see what's gonna
Okay,
happen.
give me
I
an
just-
give me an athletics check.
Questioning what
An
it
athletics.
is.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before. I don't know. I don't even know who Strahd is.
Okay,
I don't know if you've talked about
Give me an
that.
athletics check as a rove of people are coming like a wave. You are about to ready to get stampeded or trampled on.
Oh, not 20, thank God.
Okay.
19.
You have a nat 20. How do you help her from getting caught up in the rushing crowd?
I'd say probably, just like that whole like survival instinct that I've kind of developed over the past. I will kind of hear that coming and I'll drag her maybe kind of off to the side of a building, either like behind a stall
Sure.
or, something like that.
Yep, absolutely.
Meanwhile, people are running towards me. And
Yep, and you are like parting the Red Sea.
Nice.
Like they
Nice.
head lowered, bull rushing. You will
Solid armor.
probably get to within about 100 or so feet of where the church is. We go back to the two of you as this fucking adult shadow dragon has literally landed, perching on top of this church. It is punched into the roof. You can hear the timbers kind of groaning, and people are fleeing.
I will immediately look for Irina.
Yeah. I think,
Yep.
So we go running in. I'm in my component pouch trying to find a small bead, and I'm screaming Irina.
So we focus back on the two of you. What is your athletics rolls to get inside of the church?
Mine was a 17.
Okay.
Mine was athletics at 13.
Okay.
Great.
You push through. You are pushed back. You are overtaken by people trying to get out of there. So you are now separated within 20 feet. You will get into the remnants as there's a bunch of debris and everything scattered about. There's only a few people. There's Father Petrovich, who is attempting to try to look as if he's trying to figure out what to do. There's one nun that is protecting Irina, as Irina is going to start trying to get towards her sidearm, but the head of this shadowy dragon has punctured through, and you can see the throat is beginning to illuminate.
Is there
What do you wanna do?
windows? In the building?
Any windows that there were have been blown out at this point.
I'm going to walk up the side and get into the first opening in the building I can.
Well,
if I can.
Hang on. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning as you kind of get hammered, slam through, and push your way to stability as things begin to clear.
So, and then I'm just gonna walk on the exterior. You said 3 points of bludgeoning?
3 points of bludgeoning.
To, like, an opening.
Yep, I'll give you that, but that'll be all you can do.
Okay.
And then let's say that you, Niley, will see Fialova kind of get bludgeoned and pushed back. You will see that Rhodes charges in. You will see that the head of this shadowy dragon is in the building. You're beginning to see some sort of strange illumination start to spill out of, like, open doors and windows. You will see that riding on top is Strahd, essentially, as he's, like, kind of guiding it, the dragon, of what to do. What do you want to do?
You said I'm like 100 yards, 100 feet away?
Yep.
Okay. I'm figuring it out.
I'll give you a 5-second countdown.
Okay,
5.
I will try to get within 50 feet, 60 feet of him,
Okay.
and then I want to cast Hold Person on Strahd's.
Okay.
And he will probably beat this so easy. It's a wisdom save.
What is the DC?
13.
He crushes it.
Yeah.
Shakes it off.
Ugh.
Rhodes, what do you want to do?
If I undo the straps on my chest plate as I'm running and let it drop, do I gain more movement?
Yes, I'll give you that.
Alright, I do that.
Okay. It'll clang to the floor.
I'm going to run to Irina directly.
Okay.
Not say anything, just grab fireman carry. And...
So you will get to Irina and grab a hold of her. Roll me an initiative, just me and you.
Okay. 17.
Cool. What do you want to do? You'll go before.
I hoist and I continue running in the same direction towards the back of the church, assuming there will be an exit.
Okay. So it's literally like this. There's an entry and exit are the same way. So while you entered, and there is no other exit point.
That's fine. I look up. Is this dragon about to burst its breath weapon?
Something's going to happen. So you probably would have enough speed to kind of make your attempt to exit, if you'd like.
Okay.
Am I looking up into any windows at them and seeing any of this?
You can mostly see through the doorway. Most of the other windows would be on, like, the outsides or the back sides, to where you wouldn't be able to see from the backside. You can see the main, like, half of the body or 3/4 of the body, like, weighing down on the groaning timbers of the church.
Okay.
Are there windows? Are there, like, stained glass windows?
They're blown out.
Can I jump through a window? How far is the drop?
You can give me an athletics check. You don't know how far the drop is. It's a leap of faith.
Literally.
14.
Okay, now, to be clear, before we definitely commit to this, the dragon is literally through the windows. You gotta go underneath or run underneath the head of the dragon to puncture through the back. Like you were going to go out the back, that's where all the stained glass windows are. Are you still committed to doing that? Like running underneath it to dive out?
So I'd be running underneath its mouth?
Yes, its head.
And then its tail is pointed towards the entrance.
Its tail is on the back side. So if, let's say if this was the front of the building, yes.
I see.
You know that if it really wanted to, it could probably just crush this building. Like just like it can.
No, I'm going to run towards Niley. That makes more sense, I think.
So you pivot immediately and start to head out the way you came in towards Niley. Niley, you probably will get around into position to see Rhodes running.
Yeah.
Her hoisted over. You have made your way, starting to walk up the building.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could keep an eye on what's going on with them.
Okay. Do two of you want to do anything? As the crowd has kind of dispersed, there are guards that are starting to try to pull and come from various sections. And there's actual physical guards is probably like 20 for the entire village, but they are trying to gather arms and go to this chaos. You guys have kind of like pressed yourselves against the building, avoiding being trampled.
Who's that?
Do we know, like, who it is? Like,
To be honest, I don't think you've ever seen him.
he's bad. He looks bad.
I mean, yeah,
I mean-
usually like attacking a town, but is he like, like, is this a common occurrence in the region? Is
I
this,
doubt it.
Like,
This building was previously intact.
I mean,
To me, I
don't even know where the church kind of was.
It's
so.
a big ass dragon. I feel like myself, there's nothing I can do level 5 going up a dragon against a dragon. So I'm not in a hurry to rush forth that way.
And you don't know that we're there. I
Um,
guess.
Why? I mean,
You
do
would know
we-
that. I think everyone would have said where they were
I
going.
noticed you went that way, but I would.
Not
Yeah,
not
nothing.
me, but you would know that like we were delivering Irina to that church.
But even
Yes.
I feel like even then, I don't feel like there's anything I could do
yeah,
if like the building was collapsing or if against the dragon. Like
listen,
none
I'll
of
hold
it.
that building up with everything I got.
I have faith.
I mean, do we have any idea why they're attacking the city or the church? Are they just like anti-church?
Unless they're after Irina, because
Okay.
we were bringing her here. If that's one of Strahd's minions.
I thought you
or
were just, like
Lord
the
Zarovich or whatever. his
like
name is.
accompanying through the evil woods. Like you were a hired companion.
We were.
But I mean, is she being like? Is she hot goods? Like what's?
She got it.
We didn't call him Strahd. What did we call him? Lord
Lord Von
Zarovich.
Zarovich.
Von Zarovich. I'm gonna say he wants her.
Like once in the
All the ways.
physical sense,
All
He
the
wants-
ways.
wants to sacrifice
all of
for
her.
magic.
He wants her for something.
Okay. But wants her pretty bad. But like wants her alive or
Wants
wants her
to
dead?
steal her. I don't know. I
Okay,
just
so
know he
wants
wants
her probably alive. Okay. I mean, like
Like he's trying to
fate
get her
of- fate
before.
of the world ending. If she okay.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to suss out what's happening here.
He's
She
desperate
also
for
is
him.
not very. She's taken Celeste's attitude. Like,
I'm not sure if your character would know this, but in relation to like your earlier questions, I think the party probably gets the sense that Rhodes does not care about returning home because he is like this is his pilgrimage location, is Barovia.
Okay.
So his actions
That's
are
legit.
in that context.
Fair.
I don't have.
I don't want to
anything
go up against the
to.
dragon. I'm not
So?
moving except for like
Okay.
I'm with the party.
maybe moving aside to where I can watch and see.
Miley does everything at 1,000%.
So here's-
should we
so.
like maybe?
Here's what's gonna
carefully
here's what's
close-
gonna happen. We'll fade away from you guys trying to make a decision on what to do. There are guards starting to come there. You're 50 feet away from the entrance. You see Rhodes as he's like, I'm coming. Like he's got that look, I'm gonna get there. You see that Fialova is literally like walking to do something up in this building. It is now the dragon / Lord Von Zarovich's turn. The dragon literally like pulls itself, like the head just kind of tears through the top of the roof. The remaining bits of roof are going to collapse in upon itself. There is a ton of cloud, smoke, and debris that comes like filling out as he's like like the Millennium Falcon trying to outrun the explosion. He will get outside, looking directly at you with a sense of aha, as this dragon will leap into action. It is going to dive like a short kind of hop. Its claws are extended, and it is going to pluck with a nat 20. Irina, you need to make a strength saving throw, very high number to be able to hold on.
Can I see him
Or
if I'm up on the building?
the dragon.
Oh, it's a touch. Never mind. I'm gonna give you guidance.
No.
Okay. She will tear away as she desperately pleads for help like she's reaching. It's a panic look of fear and fright, knowing this is probably the last time she'll be able to see anyone of you. As it begins to arc, he pulls hard on the reins. The dragon responds. It goes to go up. The head of the dragon kind of coils underneath it, and it's going to literally just vomit, spew its breath right upon anybody within, what is it?
Bye, guys.
See that?
I should've gone the other way.
A 30-foot cone, so anyone within 30 feet of Rhodes is going to get caught up in
Including
this. It's going right at
It's gonna
Rhodes.
go right around you and hit everybody.
So anybody Anybody that's 30 feet within roads, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Is that me? I couldn't hear how far
I thought were about 50 feet.
Yeah.
Unless you think you would have run into it,
I would have been making my way
gotta make
towards
peace
them,
with Jesus.
but I had something I wanted to do as I made my way towards them.
Go ahead.
I was going to do one of my things. I gotta find it. Sorry, my Radiant Soul. And I was gonna get like glimmering eyes, 2 like incorporeal wings, and it only lasts for a minute. And I have a flying speed of 30. So, kind of like upon seeing them, I want to like dash to like grab Irina.
I'll give you that. I'll give you make it a dexterity saving throw. You're looking at 19 or better.
Yeah, I got a 19 or nat 20.
You got
on
this.
I got a 19 or nat 20 on it.
You got this.
Clickety clackety.
I rolled 2 attackety. Fuck! It was a 14, but no.
So you get into the position, and as you get those spectral wings,
That's
those
all right.
incorporeal spectral wings, you can feel that burst as you kind of ride the waves of the air kind of going up. You touch the fingertips of her. Before this cone, you were just enveloped in this cone.
Yeah.
So
Am I there too?
you probably are in it too. So I need all 3 of you to give me a dex saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those. 8.
14.
18.
Paladins aren't supposed to be dexterous.
You just hit the mark. You're good. You're going to take half damage.
Lovely.
You guys are going to see all of this in the
Let's cut the
distance. You will see this exhale of, it looks like fire, but it's purple and smoky. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
That's right. I might be re-rolling a new character.
Question, as Nymora, the shadow sorcerer, and you said this was a shadow dragon.
It is.
Do I have like some kinship with this thing? Familial magic?
Like you
How's
know
that
it.
playing?
You know that it's been exposed to darkness and shadow enough to
Okay,
inherit. a
so
lot of
it was like the
things.
same as me. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna roll for this because if I take that number, it may. I'm playing the odds on this.
Yeah, I might be rolling a new character as well.
Right?
You might have just lost the holy rollers.
TPK.
I'm not going
Me
down
and
that
Celeste are just like,
We're
this
not,
is what
we're
happens
not
when
far
you're
off from the
in
TPK.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord!
Hey,
Alright.
God is watching out for us right now. Which one of us 3?
No, I'm gonna take what they gave in the book. That's way more. So the average damage they have listed is 56.
Oh, okay.
So you take half roads, which would be
I
what is
only
that?
have-
20.
Yeah, I go.
I can't math that high. 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you take 28 points. You
I
guys take
think I'm
56.
dead because I only have 40 total.
I only have 39 total.
Okay, so you guys are corpses.
I think you have to get I think you have to take double.
They're not corpses. They're going to death saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it has to be double, not...
Yeah,
Has
no,
to
it's
be
got to be like
double
it
your HP
takes-
to like be gone.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
so, okay.
Sorry.
If you have 50 point health points,
You are
have to take
dying.
100 points
You
of
are
health.
in.
Yeah,
You are
just
in
die.
the actions of dying.
Yeah, cool.
Rhodes is probably hanging on.
Am I standing in a puddle of stuff that's going to kill me if I stay here?
The damage is necrotic. I don't know if you are dealing with that.
Usually would
No,
say.
you are dead because of the flame. If you reach 0 hit points, it automatically kills you.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, what?
You got it.
No, we're dead.
dead.
It says the humanoid reduces 0 hit points by this damage
Somebody has to
dies.
speak with dead.
So you guys are.
Yeah, we
you are
probably would have.
corpses. Here's what happens. Fiolova, you see Dot, like the images of Dot above you.
Dot.
As you feel, yeah,
Dot.
you feel your heartbeat kind of. And you feel as if there's something that pierces your heart. As you hear her voice say, "It'll all be better soon."
Yikes. I plummet
You-
from this side of the building.
You feel as if you've been tethered or tied somehow, like there's a tie or a bond to something. You look and you're guilt ridden because
Yeah.
you see an image of something in your past
Yeah.
that literally is like, doesn't feel good, does it? As you feel a boot hover over you and
Ooh.
it kind of goes onto your throat and you're gasping for breath and air as your heartbeat slows.
Yeah.
Until you try to take one more breath, but your lungs will no longer support it. As you feel this kind of sharp needle-like pen in your heart.
Yeah.
Rhodes, what do you do?
There's
tissues if you need.
I think he understands the gravity of the situation and
It's heavy.
looks at these two, and he just keeps running.
Towards the creature? Or toward where you going to run
What
to?
happened to Irina?
She's in the clutches of the dragon.
Is the
She
dragon
there?
flying away?
Oh, yeah. He's probably 60, 75 feet and climbing. Just this big wings, ominous wings. She's beckoning and crying for help in desperation.
Yeah, fuck. I actually have no idea.
Okay, we'll go back to you, the two of you, as you see Irina in the clutches of this dragon in the distance, and she is crying and screaming for help. You literally get the sense a piece of you is gone. You feel empty and hollow. Your heart skips a beat and then regulates.
I think this is really bad.
That was a lot of fire to take.
Start like subconsciously walking that way now that it seems like the main threats are gone. So
Sure.
towards the
Would Celeste have seen Niley
chapel.
fly up in the air?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
And then consumed by shadowy
Probably.
flame
This
and
doesn't
no
mean I
longer in
know.
the air.
Yeah.
Concrete what happened after that.
Okay. You gonna do anything?
Oh, quietly.
Okay. Ben, I need you to give me another percentage roll.
Do I
Ben,
have
come meet me
to?
in death.
Yeah, come meet
Yeah.
us wherever we're going.
You sure do, sir. You got 6
Did
HP
you guys
left.
find Ismark?
You've huddled up inside some sort of, you think it's a safe place. It's a closet, like a small infant child trying to avoid the horrors that you've dealt with.
99.
Okay.
Wow.
Roll me a d4.
One.
You have 1 HP left, and you're held up into a closet. You hear things outside the door, and you hold your breath, and you look through the keyhole, just waiting for whatever it is that's been stalking you and hunting you inside this mansion that you are currently in, as it goes away. But you are beginning to make peace with whomever it is you need to make peace with. There is a piece of you that stops for a second as you feel as if small pieces of you, little connections, little ties, little threads, just have been clipped.
I'm gonna grab the thread on my wrist.
The thread looks as if it's unraveled several times. It's thinner.
And I'm gonna hold it, and I'm going to say, oh god. This is like a fucking Hail Mary. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but I got 1 HP left, and there's only one person I can think of to reach. And I'm gonna go, Gremlagard, I beseech thee. Nebuchadnezzar wants to make a bargain with thee. Bring me back to my friends and make us all whole, and I will give you my soul.
As you finish reciting that, you hear the soft sounds of like shoe soles getting closer to the closet. Small shoe soles. What do you do?
I take a breath, and I stand up, and I open the door.
As you do, there's a small child, Rose, who looks at you, head slightly cocked. The deal is done, and you feel that last point of HP you have as she turns into this horrific visage that causes you to drop to 0 HP. You lie on the floor. Give me a death saving throw.
15.
You save. You feel your chest become heavy as you feel the foot press upon it. As she basically is going to induce 2 fails. Her head, curious, looks over top of you. Her eyes lean in and she says, "But this is what you wanted." Make another death saving throw. You have 2 fails, 1 save.
19.
Again, you feel this pressure on your chest, except for now it feels as if a dagger or a needle has punctured through as she carves the heel in. Your heart begins to slow. You feel cold. You take one last breath as Rose leans and says, "Shh, it'll all be better soon. Your wish is granted." And you fade to black. You rush to the town square, Celeste. Your sister, charred, necrotically fading away. Just, it looks, some pieces mummified, flesh falling off. There is no life. It is a lying heap or mass of what was. What do you do?
I feel like it's just gonna be shock. Like there's just a blank, like empty.
The more your speed picks up, you rush to the side. She is in complete and utter shock. You look to see these people that you just met. The bonds are not there yet. 2 of them lie unmoving. Shells of their former selves. As Rhodes is in the distance chasing after.
You see Rhodes drag feel of his body over to you, and he says, stay here." And he gets out something from his pouch again and starts casting something.
Okay.
How rough do you look?
Bad. Dying.
Before you run away, I'll grab you by the shoulder, the arm, whatever, and give you, what is it, like about 5 points or something.
Lay on hands.
Yeah. Not that it's a lot, but
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You feel the comfort. You feel it resurge. You see in the distance your mentor and former force. It is beckoning to be free, to run.
He is not my duty. These people are. I cast Tiny Hut around them.
Okay. Ben. You gasp for air. Light fills your eyes. You find yourself outside of the gates of Vallaki as people have tried or are escaping or fleeing, confused, utterly confused. You go to stand up, and when you do, you kind of fall back down as if there was a cord or a string or something that kind of pulled you back down. You gather your strength. You look at yourself. You seem to be okay. Your skin slightly gaunt and paler than before. But you're here. You look beyond the gates that are now swinging wide open. You see your friends beyond those gates. There has been chaos and death here. There is a hut that illuminates and casts over top of them, correct? You see Rhodes as if he's destined for something. What do you do?
I was not expecting this.
That's why I did it.
that tracks.
I take off towards the hut, and as I'm running, I will cast... Do I still have the ring on my finger that makes me look normal? Or because my skin is gaunt and pale, I'm assuming I don't have that anymore?
The ring is in your possession I would say during the whole episode where you were kind of fighting for your life, you may have like tucked it away for safekeeping.
Okay.
That if somebody was to find you, you would tuck it away so that they could have that.
Okay. As I'm running towards them, I slip the ring on as I kind of step through the gates, and I fucking beeline it for this hut because I've seen the hut before. Yep. It was in the tower, and I'm sure I was watching Rhodes kind of. Oh boy. It was probably like finished. It was like finishing as I kind of sat up and saw it, right? Yeah, I take off towards the hut. Is what
Rose,
I do.
You see running, full tilt, slightly paler than before. Ben, halfway between where you have started your run and the hut, you feel. What's your AC, just to clarify? I think I know, but I want to be
16.
Okay. You feel a blindside tackle from your left as a woman literally tackles you to the ground on top of you and says, You are the reason for this. This is Yaska.
Oh, shit.
Where is the ring? Is what she yells. The difference between this is there's slight differences in appearance. You know this to be Yaska, but her appearance is slightly off.
As in, she looks like a vampire?
She is not a vampire. She is dressed as a Vistani. For sure. There is differences. You can feel her leg is one of the, I think it's the left leg that is wooden.
Wooden?
Correct.
Is that the same as what it was before?
No. The hair color is slightly different. The features are all the same.
Yaska, I do not have time for you! And I throw her, disengage, and I throw her off of me, and I take off again towards the...
Rhodes, what do you do?
Rhodes just sees this, and he's just like...
My head hurts.
That's Nymora right now.
He doesn't even...
Like, there's a lot of shit.
He doesn't even say anything. He just like... And he continues to Avram.
Okay. Who is in the hut? The four of you, I assume? The two bodies?
Yeah.
Well, whatever is left of us.
Yeah.
Each one of you gasps for air as if it is...
Oh, that's probably weird for both of you.
Like, literally, like you see corpses that are literally like... like jumping up, gasping for air.
No,
Their
maybe not. I might have
eyes,
seen that
their
now.
eyes flutter awake. They have life to them. Their wounds are egregious. You hurt. When you try to stand, you are pulled back down by something kind of pulling you down. But eventually you can gather your composure. You each have 1 HP.
If I was next to Fialova, I would like try to roll over and just count her freckles, actually.
They're probably burned off.
They
of
are
my
charred
face.
beyond recognition.
we're still gonna try.
Yeah, we're still, it's a comfort.
So
The two of you see this.
I think, to be honest, I would pull out my sword, thinking like reanimated
Yeah,
dead or something.
A sword is drawn. Your
You're like,
sister
wait,
draws it.
They just came back to life. The demons will do this all the time. Just kill you, bring you back for more
Happens all the
torment.
time.
Like,
You've had a bad life. I'm sorry.
do I know who I am, or am I like?
believe me,
Absolutely,
they were, like,
you have
We were
one
dead
HP.
for a few
Like that.
minutes.
Like we're
You were experiencing nothingness. Dark, cold
feels
nothingness.
good. Feels real good, man.
Now you hurt, you ache from all that you've taken. You look, there's almost a sense of shock as if you can see the
Yeah.
damage that was dealt.
What kind of situation are we in with spells in this case?
Everything you had before you fell, you have. You just have 1 HP. As if
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got cure wounds from
You
it.
reach Avram.
Well, Rhodes doesn't know what just happened, so Rhodes goes to Avram and he casts Dispel Magic.
The visage of Avram fails. He is an older man, but he's one of those like yoked fucking older dudes.
Hot.
Stands up.
He's a workhorse.
You can see why he was cursed to be a horse. We'll put it that way. As he stands stretching his back and legs as he's been in or on all fours for quite some time, and he looks to you and says, to Ravenloft. And he is going to quickly try to find some sort of cloth or something to put upon himself.
He's naked.
I mean, I thought
Ben,
that's
you literally watch this happen as you feel clamoring at your feet and you're trying to run, causing you to stumble. Is Yaska. What are you doing? You just watched Avram turn back into a...
Avram's a fucking human. That looks settled. Yep. Rhodes still looks fucked as shit.
He's literally hanging on to like probably single-digit HP.
Okay, about how far away? About how far away is Rhodes?
Okay, that's not bad.
But probably.
You're probably, I don't know, 15 feet, 15, 20 feet from where Rhodes is.
Okay,
let's say.
And was the cart with Avram? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get these details right.
Yes.
Okay.
I envision that they would have, you guys literally didn't say what you did, but you would have like parked the cart somewhere. Yeah. So Ruffles the cart, or Ridges, sorry, the cart is still sitting there.
Yeah.
I'll yell out to Rhodes, Rhodes, there's a potion in my box. Get the fuck off me! And I'm gonna take off towards the I yelled that at Yaska, and I'm still running towards the dome.
Okay.
I look for it.
Can you see inside the tiny hut from the outside?
No.
No. It's
only
opaque.
the inside can see out.
So we're just like two corpses.
You will find the potion he's referring to.
I will cast... Sorry. I will go ahead and cast Beacon of Hope on the people in this hut, and then also cast Mass Healing Word.
So you look a little less extra crispy.
Yeah, it's not much, but at least we're not one.
Oh, I'll prestidigitation you at least, so you know.
Thanks.
Just all the flakes.
As long as we look
points.
good.
5 points.
Right.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I cleaned up a bit.
Would like to say I still look like a corpse, but I will cast Cure Wounds on...
You're beginning to see the facsimiles or the facade return to what you're familiar with, which is comforting.
Ashki, what is happening?
I will yell at Avram.
I was about to ask you what was happening, because I actually am not sure that I wasn't kidnapped by demons again, and like this is just some weird scenario they played up to fuck around with me. I'm not.
So Avram will go to the hut as directed.
At this point, I'd like to
Enormous
think
dude just walks into the
This
hut.
enormous old naked dude just walks into this hut.
Yep. He's found a cloth or something to like basically like robe himself off of maybe
Does
a nearby.
he look even slightly the slightest bit like threatening and or
No.
startling and
He
or,
is
like,
steely focused and determined at this point.
Determined what?
hi?
You don't know.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just has a look of determination.
Who's this?
Yeah.
I was going to say I can Cure Wounds,
You can call me
I can heal.
Avram, is what he will say.
Avram, is that what they were
I'm
calling
gonna
the
do a prayer of
horse?
healing
For
Okay.
Steve.
for all of us too.
He's an old man.
It's a long story.
What have I gotten into?
I run back with the potion to Ben, and I yell at Yaska, "The hell are you doing, you scoundrel? Did you see the situation?"
I've been hunting the situation, is what she says. And you will quickly be able to see that she has accoutrement and things. She appears to be a vampire hunter.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And my name is not Yaska, that is only a vestige. She tells you that her name is Esmeralda, is what she says.
Well, Esmeralda, if you haven't noticed, you've just missed the Lord himself.
And to be clear, you picked Esmeralda over Yaska? Flip that, reverse it. My brain's a little hurt.
Would we feel like a tie to Ben?
No.
Like me and Fialova?
Oh, no tie to Ben.
We just don't know. It was all black and then it's just back to life.
But we would see Ben approaching the hut, right?
You'll see him.
Well, it's opaque on the outside. So you can't see through the...
But
We
if
can
they
see you,
can
you
see
can't see
through, because they are on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the surrounding, like, is everything still in fucking chaos?
Yes. There's guards trying to get things under control and in order. There is several unique-looking people that are trolling around that are in the distance, but haven't entered the scene of the picture just quite yet.
Okay. Rhodes, what the fuck happened?
Von Zarevich attacked the moment we left Irina with that church, she appeared.
Huh.
I knew it was a mistake.
So Vallaki, rather safe. Esmeralda, what do you mean I got in the way?
If you had not interfered with your friends in making yourself disappear, they would have been more steeled and focused, less worried about you, is what she's going to say. I've tracked him down so far, and I tracked the ring here, is what she's going to say.
You've been watching us.
The whole time I've been following you, trying to get back my ring, she says as she kind of like puts away her saber and kind of clanks against her hollowed wooden leg.
And
I need to find my mentor, is what she'll say.
Your mentor?
What is the meaning of this ring?
It belongs to my mentor. He is also a vampire hunter like myself, is what she's going to say. The ring helps me blend in and become a little less obvious around these parts, is what she says. And you could tell that she uses it to probably avoid detection amongst the people here.
Okay.
You definitely would know that she's from here.
Alright. I'll slip the ring off and go full Fae again in the middle of this fucking town.
She literally does not seem surprised. Maybe a quick little startle, but she has seen so much that it doesn't necessarily shock. There's no shock factor.
Fine. I'll flip her the ring, and I'll go, fine. Here's your fucking ring. I've got to get to my friends. And I'll turn back
She
around.
looks at the ring, and she begins to study the ring, and she searches for the 3 letters that were carved into the ring, the RVR.
RVR. Yeah.
Correct.
Rhodes will grab you and say, Ben, wait.
Wait for
Fielova
what?
and Niley have fallen.
No, they... I don't... No, that's not what I asked for. And I turn around and I take off towards the hut.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you'll allow him to get... Okay, yeah, so you will definitely be able to pass through. When you do,
Has Avram said anything? Sorry.
Good.
I was just going to ask if Avram said anything when he walked in. Because I think he was already in the hut.
He did. He talked and said who he was. He said, "You may call me Avram." And she's like, "Who the fuck is that?" And she was like, "That's our steed."
Rusty Dusty.
He's like,
Ben, you enter in and you see Avram, who is assessing the situation. You see very beat up but still alive Fialova
Alive.
and Niley.
I'm like looking through a hole in my body somewhere. Like,
Go ahead and give me a perception check, please. Their features are healing. Their skin is pale and slightly gaunt like yourselves.
16.
Which everyone who sees Ben will see he's a little bit lighter than he was. What'd you get?
16.
So you literally see them, and when you do, there's a tiny, thin little red, almost completely translucent, like beam or thread of something that attaches right to the ground from their backs, like right about the backside of where their heart would be.
Do we all see that, or does only Ben?
Just
see
him.
that? Okay.
He has some face stuff, and he's kind of getting it.
I'm just gonna take a second, and I'm gonna look at everybody in the room, and I'm just gonna tackle Niley and Fifi, and just fucking like grab them in the biggest hug that I can grab them in, and just be like, "You're okay. You're right.
Ow, ow, ow,
It's all right. Pain is good. Pain means you're alive."
No, ow.
I hug you back, obviously.
Oh yeah, full on bear hug, like Fialova and Ben back as well as I can.
And
Rhodes peeks in.
No, close the curtains.
And I
don't really know where we went.
Who brought us back?
How did we?
You're two hardy women.
Ghost in the house? Hello?
That's all that matters. You've all made it.
How are you here?
We were
I ran as fast as I could. The cart is a magical thing, but it got destroyed in all the chaos.
Ran from where? I thought you guys said it was a week back.
The cart was magical, fey object. I'm here. That's all that matters. We're all here.
Here we go again.
There are a lot of other things that matter, and I have a lot of questions.
We have to go get Irina.
We have to get Irina.
Irina's gone.
We know where she's going.
And you're just gonna walk
Absolutely.
right in?
We'll avoid the dragon. I know what it does now, but yeah, actually.
Did you not already have a glimpse of what's going to happen?
With that one, like...
Again, avoid the dragon. Next step.
Okay.
I will step
Why
out
didn't
of
you do that the first time?
I'll step out of the hut.
Sure.
Is Esmeralda still standing there?
It's patiently standing there as the ring has been
Taking
put
care of
on.
it.
Okay, now who is this chick?
When she puts the ring on, she has the visage that you saw
I
as
see.
Yaska.
As
It's
Yaska.
definitely her.
I
The
swear to
hair
God,
is
who haven't you slept with in the 9 realms?
the hair is slightly darker. The outfit is still the same, but is definitely the one you remember as Yaska, as far as like all the colors and features.
All of it.
Yep.
I go, yes.
We must find Rudolph, is what she'll say.
You are after Strahd as well. Is that correct?
He will be able to help us, or help you, is what she says. Have you found all the things required of you? I see that your healer, your cleric, has the amulet, but have you found the other things?
I was just gonna ask, what was the description of the person we were supposed to find?
I think he's a wizard, a mad wizard at the not at the bottom of the lake. At the end of the river.
St. Markovia's Abbey. No.
No, that's
That's the woman.
That's the woman.
The lake.
We have to go
Wizard
to
in the lake.
Wizard of the Lake. I think but we heard a story that he was a mad wizard.
Wait, what? That I don't remember at all. What was the...
I thought so. But there is someone at the Abbey that we're supposed to find.
Vistani
Correct.
woman wanders one.
Does this chick look Vistani?
It's her. This
Yeah.
is one of your targets.
Yeah.
She's the one
It's
you were
the
looking
ally.
for.
Is the
She is the
card.
ally. Correct.
Got it. Got it. Okay. I will look at her and I goes, well, it seems we found 2 of 4.
But have you found the blade, is what she says.
The blade.
Yes, the ones the tarot cards told me as she pulls out a deck of her own personal cards. And then
You
puts
can
them
do
back.
this as well. Perhaps we
Yes.
find something a little more intimate. Not like last time, I don't fucking trust you. But a little more intimate than out here in the middle of chaos.
Yeah.
She will reach to her side and she will pull forth your pouch and toss it back into your chest. The one that she had stolen from you. So any previous funds you would have, you now have.
It's this faceless god at the end of a long, winding road.
Right, because we were looking at the statues. Because we have to go to the end of the road, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Rudolph will have the answers. We have to find him.
Right.
I have a good feeling he's here somewhere amongst the chaos. Last I knew, I tracked him down to the walls here. But that is when my indications were that you were heading in this direction. That's what she says.
Seems we were fated after all.
And then you went back, is all she says.
I did. By accident.
I still think we can hear their conversation, but they can't hear ours.
Maybe.
She begins to examine and look you over, and she goes around to your backside, and then she gets a full 180 to a 360 and comes back around, and then she just kind of like shakes her head. She puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "My apologies."
It's alright. Shit happens.
At this point, I'd like to stand up and join the conversation outside,
Sure.
if I can.
Sure.
Okay.
I have a question. Are cigarettes a thing in this? I'm not gonna lie. If this reason, she'd have been like,
Yeah. I assumed it was one of you.
Avram will look to you, Rhodes, and say, "We shouldn't waste much time. Bad things are going to happen to that lady that was taken. He has plans.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to get
Diabolical
horses.
plans. He is going to use her for something atrocious. Atrocious.
Atrophis. He's still in horse mode. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have also another
How far
random
is it?
question. The red string thing that I had noticed on Ben and the weird, and he would touch it. Is that still on him?
It is, but it's like unraveled a little bit. It's not as thick, as if 3 strings have been kind of plucked or peeled away from it.
Horcruxes.
How far is
Nailed it.
where are we supposed to?
Ravenloft?
Yeah, as far as Raven.
Oh,
passed it.
it's yeah. You guys actually went past it. So let's switch over.
Remember we found that carriage?
Yeah.
It was like it's like right by there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Where we were invited to go. Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's like way over here. This is the castle.
And this is where we are. We've
Yep.
kind of winded through
Yep.
down here. Because I think we came from right here.
Is there, Esmeralda, you seem rather in tune with everything. Is there a place we can rest and get out of this chaos and perhaps talk?
If the Blue Water Inn has not been destroyed, then it is a good place that we can rest, and you now have some coins, so you can treat me to a stay there, is what she says.
Be more than happy to do that.
Unless you wish to go to the Vistani camp just up the way and try your luck with them. She points northward, I think it is.
Well, friends that are here?
Oh, I lied. She points down towards, I think it is the south.
It looks like water.
Anyway, she gives a direction. I just want to be clear. She gives a direction of roughly
Okay.
where the Vistani camp.
I mean, there's a bunch of other water.
Can I do some kind of check in which I can try to initiate contact or do some kind of divine thing to determine if my connection is same, different, better, worse?
Your connection with
My gods and like my divine magic.
you. Yeah, you can make me a religion check.
I'm trying to see, like, I died. Did I come back the same? Can we do this twice? That's an 18.
You know that you have the ability to use your divine powers and abilities, but there is a disconnect. There is a cold sensation as if whatever connection you still had has been severed, clipped, cut. Whatever's providing that is different, but it's still letting you channel and do what you need to do.
Okay.
So you might even shudder at like a chill kind of running down your spine once you kind of put that together.
Okay, I will... You've left the hut, right?
Yeah, I walked out to
Okay.
see what the plan was.
I'm gonna just hold on to that information.
I think we're going to stop right there. We're going to leave it just like this until we get together next time to entertain everybody. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all the support. Please subscribe. If you think this was fun, just wait till we get going, because I'm revved up and
This
ready
is
to
not-
roll.
This wasn't getting going?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm traumatized.
So thank you all. Please subscribe. Please check us out on all of our socials. Until next time, keep grinning.
Bye!
Bye.